For centuries, the Amityville horror has remained in this house. A mystery.
Stay away from this.
A fear. A curse. Comes the most terrifying chapter. Amityville 4. The Evil Escapes.
I would say mud, it was the black goo coming out of from under the door and out of the wallpaper. And so we have these pressure pots of black methacel that we pump through the wallpaper, put little razor slits in the patterns on the wallpaper, and then let the black goo come out.
A tradition of terror continues.
What are you doing down there?
It began the night your father returned from where?
Back east. I think it's called Amityville.
Amityville.
The new chapter begins. Amityville 1992.
Clive, and they cut a really good movie, and then Tony said, there's a sequence we need that's not in this movie, which is the creation of the monster. So Tony created this sequence, which was the creation of the monster, to go into the film. It, you know, the blood goes through the floor and the thing reconstitutes and grows up. And we gave him the extra money. We never gave people a lot of money, but we gave them enough money. And they created this sequence. So he had just helped Clive make this movie into, you know, what became a real franchise.
Once it hung in a fine old home.
Like it? It's interesting.
I want you to have it. Reflecting.
Oh, where did you get this?
Witnessing.
It's fantastic.
Watching.
What do you see?
In a place called Amityville. The house is gone now.
That mirror came from the house.
But the horror that dwelled there grows stronger. Oh my God! Amityville, a new generation.
I'm proud of you, son.
The image of evil.
This was like, you had a set, you had a mirror, you could do a lot of stuff in the room, you had space to work, you know, you had a place to put the camera, but the mirror just worked for all of these people. And, you know, basically, you know, you've got special effects, but what you've got is actors and a camera. And they can do a lot more for you with a mirror and the reflections and how it affects them, and then, you know, so it worked as a great prop, too, for them. You know.
Welcome back to Amityville. Out of the darkness of our past. Out of the visions of our childhood. Comes the one fear we thought we left behind. The one nightmare we hoped had gone away. But the evil we once invited in has found its way back home. The Amityville horror has a new address.
It's payback time.
Amityville Dollhouse. The horror continues.
We built a miniature of the house, or they had a model maker, and I believe he was Bob Denver's son, I believe, if I remember right, Gilligan's, you know, son. And he built the dollhouse and that miniature, which was great. The problem is we didn't have the money to rent the proper camera, the high-speed camera. You know, we needed the camera that would go about 800 frames a second. Well, we didn't have the money, so I shot it with an Arri 3, which only went 130 frames a second. So as you can see, when it blows up, you can tell it's not full scale.